Hey, everybody. It's Wednesday morning. I'm feeling all right. Hope y'all are feeling all right too. I'm looking fly, if I don't mind saying that myself, however that's supposed to go. Anyways, I feeling all right, guys. Wednesday morning. I am on the verge of a 4-day weekend and I am very excited. So let's kick this last day of work off right with a fun Wednesday stream. Get to say hi to everybody, give y'all some updates of some stuff I've got going on and stuff I've got finished and stuff I'm starting and all of that. And yeah, so we got Jeff Kane in the house. We got just one more fish. We got Sketty Nona. Morning to all of you. Mm. All right. All right. So we, as always, we'll just kind of BS until more people show up here, and then we'll get into the meat of the show. Thank you, Jeff. Yes, this is my new hat here. You might recognize it. Check that out. Actually, let me pop this off so y'all can see the logo. Empire of Dirt Aquatics. Look at this dope hat. Look at that. Look at that. I should try the second form. Hold on, let's see. Or actually, technically, there's three. So I could do the. Oh shit! How does this go? I can do the side. Yeah. You know, if I'm like I'm maybe being an archer or something. All right, I can go. Oh, third transformation here. We got bam. Woo boy. Yeah, look at that. That's actually a decent look for me. I'm not gonna lie. I might be getting a cowboy hat at some point. I think I can pull it off. I'm just saying. Check this out. This transformation right here kind of works because it is in the corner of the room right here. I get like a little bit of an echo from the hat. But I love it. I love it. Yeah, cowboy cow. I'm telling y'all, I would love to be a cowboy. Yeah, that'd be fun. Everything but riding a horse. I think riding a horse is like the one thing I probably would be a little. I mean, I no, you know what? No, I totally take that back. I'd love to ride a horse. I've done it a few times. I'd be a. I think nowadays they'd probably use more four wheelers and shit. Oh, thank you very much, man. I do take pride in my shorts. Not just the ones I'm wearing, but the ones I shoot. I'm actually not wearing shorts right now. That's funny, but yeah, I do. I take pride in my shorts. That is the one. I don't know. I feel like I kind of for. Oh man, oh yeah, that's right. I meant to take my phone off the Wi-Fi. Oh, I already did. Oh man, AT&T. That is brutal connection, but whatever. But yeah, no, that is one skill that I've gotten on YouTube that I feel like I'm pretty decent at is cutting up some shorts and making some fun shorts. Thank you. So that. All right, so we had some more people show up here. Let's say hi to everybody. Ooh. Okay, so we had Nano, Jody P, SC, Kalish. All right. Okay, I just remembered I got to do something. So, hey. All right, so Jax was trying to say hi to everybody. Wish his camera was a little bit more mobile, but if I move it, that's gonna mess up my whole setup. But hey, you can see my male Episto is trying to say hi there. Hi. So I moved my pair of McMaster Epistos up into this 33 long here. Fantastic idea. And I'm guessing that I didn't mess up the spawn. I think that they've probably been spawning a few times, and since I have hard water, the eggs just haven't hatched, and I haven't seen any babies or anything. But as I'm like pulling out the huts to move them from the tank they were in to this, pull out the one, pull out the second one, and I like just kind of grabbed it. I wasn't really thinking, and I like feel some like bumps, and I'm like, what the heck is this? And I like look, freaking a whole bunch of Apisto eggs in there. I was like, no freaking way. I almost should have like taken them out, maybe just putting them in a I don't know, man, maybe a jar or something, and gotten the water a little bit softer. I might have almost been able to hatch them out, but I wasn't really thinking on the fly there. Wasn't really expecting that. So it was a neat little thing to see, because I haven't bred pistos in like Jesus a year or two at this point since the cockatoides. So yeah, those. But putting them up here was a great idea. I get to see them so much more. They're beautiful, beautiful fish. The male McMaster that I have is one of those shorts that I put out recently, and he is just a stunner. So seeing him up there, what's up, dude? Not a shy guy either. So I think that's what makes him a great centerpiece for this aquarium up here. Not a shy guy at all. Love it. Haven't been talking about my aquariums too much, so I'm trying to swing back into that and make some things gets a little bit easier to maintain and whatnot around here. I'm actually thinking, because I have this terrarium right here, right? This 20 long terrarium, and this is like the saga of my freaking terrarium. So it started off as like the first terrarium I did was like a 5-gallon terrarium, right? And then I'm like, oh, you know what? This 5 gallon's way too small. I'm gonna upgrade it to a 10-gallon. So I put everything from that 5-gallon into a 10-gallon, make that, and I'm like, well, this 10-gallon's really cool. You know, it'd be really cool is like a 20 long terrarium. So then I make a 20 long terrarium right here, boom. And now I'm looking at this 20 long terrarium, and I'm like, I have these really tall tanks over here, and I have an arboreal lizard species and an owl, and I'm thinking that he would really like to just have more just height in his enclosure. So I'm thinking that I move this 20 long terrarium build into a 29 in one of the either the 29 or actually, well, no matter what, this is happening. But the tree tank, my tree tank that I built, that one's getting taken down. The tank itself isn't getting taken down, but the tree itself is getting taken down, and we're gonna make that tank just look better. So I'm gonna have a lot of driftwood and stuff to work with. So I'm gonna be either turning that tree tank into a terrarium, which would kind of make sense because that corner is like my plant corner. And so like maybe if I did the terrarium in that corner and then kept the 29 that's right here, a water tank, or like an aquarium, Jesus Christ, a water tank. If I took that 29 and I kept that an aquarium and I just spruced that up, because there's just a lot of fish tanks that just aren't looking the way I want them to. I need to add more color, more plants to them, less Vallisneria. I got a lot of Vallisneria, and it's just boring to see. So I want to turn that 29 into like basically like a stem plant farm, but just super tall. So it'll be a nice setup. It's gonna be nice. It's gonna look a lot better. I'm excited to move that. Some water tank, funny but accurate. Yeah, right. Like I was like, how did I walk myself into saying water tank? But hey, whatever. Right? So, it's so funny. I sound different. I'm telling you, because there's so much. There's like a lot of echo right over here, and with the hat, I can hear myself different. I'm also deaf, so I feel like that actually kind of helps a little bit. So what was I saying? So 29, that tank's getting fixed up. So I don't know if I'm going to keep this 20 long as a terrarium, or if I clear the stuff that's in it out, use that for the terrarium build, and then turn this back into an aquarium. Might do that. I have I got a treasure trove of tanks too, so I don't really have to buy any new tanks. I kept all the ones that I took down because I'm like, you know what? I know how I am. I swing back and forth, so I'm just gonna keep all this stuff. And I know that. I hope I'm not. Am I bumping you guys? Is this hitting my mic? You guys getting any? There we go. Wasn't causing you guys any audio troubles there. Let me see. All right, that should be better. But hey, Raising Fishes, what's up? What's up? Kalish, Prodigal. Let's see if anyone else pop in the chat here. SC. I try to get far enough down a line of cursing before I get the chat, because otherwise my ghost brain would be all over the place. But anyways, so yeah, so we got the 29, then this 20 long. So I got to figure out what I'm going to do with that, and then mainly my thing is though is I need to focus on pretty things. Like I want all my tanks to be pretty. Oh, that's what I was going to say. I remembered what I was going to say, that where I stopped and got corrected was the Higer light. Okay, that Higer Max Pro light. You guys remember when I got that? I got a pendulum light gifted to me from Higer to make a video about. Did a video about it. I bet it's probably just about a year old at this point, and it failed on me. I'm thinking the power supply itself might have failed, because if you look at the light, only half the LED were lighting up, and it was like, it looked like it was trying to go across, but it wouldn't. So I think it was having a power supply issue, which honestly hated the light. It was like a beautiful coloration, got super deep as far as like the depth of the tank. It was like able to like really go down to the depths of the tank, but just a lot of extra light all over the room from this one, because it's like a pendulum light, and then it's like it also was a like it had an air powered cooling system in it, so you could just hear it all the time. Like my computer right now sounds like it's about to freaking take off. It basically sounds like a PlayStation, like an Xbox. All like just internet is so bad today. This is ridiculous. I'm you know what? Forget, and I do feel like there's a correlation. You know, for some reason, companies like you to pay your bills. Let's see. I'm pretty sure I did this one already. Yeah. Yes, I did. Just AT&T. No, Prodigal, it is probably, yeah. Baby, are you on the internet at all? Are you on the internet at all? I got horrible connection. Horrible. Oh. I check with Maya to see if she was on the internet at all, to see if my connection is going to get any better, but it is. Oh, man. All right. Is this? Jeez. Okay. So let's see if my cell phone's any better. Might just have to go from this for the rest of the night and the rest of the morning stream here. So lame. Um. Hmm. Okay. So I'm now streaming both internets, so my cell phone internet and then the home internet. Um. Is my cell phone any better? So dumb. We're having a fun time, everybody. I what's so funny is I don't know what it's something was going on with my computer this morning. Um Getting it to turn on was even weird. So I don't know if it is your device is at risk of being out of date. It will need to restart to install updates. Like, oh yeah. You know what? You might be onto something. I think it needs to update. I think that might be the problem. Um yeah, yeah, so that might be the problem. My computer's just like out of date. I mean, hey, cell phone looks decent though, right? So I wonder if I could just you know what, I'll just take myself from the home internet off there. And bada bing, bada boom, we got a stream. All right. Let me do some rearranging here. Whoops. Okay. Improvise, adapt, overcome, right? That's what we're talking about. That's what we're talking about right there. Holy crap, that's confusing. All right. So this is mirrored. Decent. That's almost a better. Well, I mean, it's a little washed out, I guess. But whatever. I think that's best we're getting for today. Probably don't need this mic on here anymore. All right. Well, thank you for bearing with me through those issues. Hopefully, it sounds decent. And I'm all set. Everything sounds good. Everything looks good, guys. Yeah. Thumbs up, thumbs down. I think I'm officially kind of switched over to the phone. I haven't streamed from my phone in a long time, so that's a weird thing. I like the picture a lot better though. Okay, sweet, 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 sweet. Yeah, that is. Oh, you know what? I do probably need to plug. Dope. All right. Okay, so hmm, don't allow. Just charge my phone, bro. Chill. Okay, so I don't know if you guys heard the story I was talking about earlier, which was the Haiger Max Pro light that I got. It was the pendulum light that they had given me like a year ago. Um, I had been using it for a long time. I don't know. It was a great looking light. Got the light very. deep, like so I was able to. It's a like a deep tank that I had it on, so I was able to like penetrate all the way to the bottom. But yeah, burnt out. Um, what was it, like a week ago? I was just doing water changes and just I don't even know. It was completely coincidental that I just happened to be over there and like doing water changes. No water got out of the tank even or anything. So it's like I don't know exactly what was going on with that. Um, just failed. So I'm thinking I'm thinking it was the power supply because it was like I was looking at the LED board and it looked like it was like trying to light up across the whole board of the pendulum light, but it just wouldn't, and so I just tossed it. And to be honest, better off. I mean, like if you're gonna get a light, I would just get something different. Those pendulum lights are just. It has an air cooling system, so I don't know if you guys heard this because I was kind of choppy earlier or whatever. But it has an air cooling system that is sounds like a PlayStation or an Xbox, and just super annoying. A lot of over splash from the light because it was a pendulum, so it's like hanging above the tank. Definitely more of a fan of just flat regular lights. That's and I think the price point for that thing because I didn't pay for it, but I got it for free. But it was like $150. Would not suggest buying that light for $150. I have a video up about it. I need to I don't know. How do you address an old video? Do you just take it down or do you talk about it again? I don't know, but I need to update. Bring, what's up, man? How you doing? Cheers to you. Member for 7 months. Hope so. I hope all is doing well, man. I said this on the comment the other day or whatever, but for real, I miss streaming with you. Um, I yeah, I miss our Saturday night streams. Fun stuff. But dude, been out living life up for summer. Ooh, my GoPro just turned off. Been living life up for summer and trying to get up as much of that outdoors and just family and all that stuff as possible. So um, a lot of that stuff is I'm coming up to uh, to a better era of Kyle's life and family life and everything here soon. So a lot of things should have the ability to change rather soon in my life, which could mean that I'd be able to be a lot more involved. Like, oh my God, last night I was so frustrated. I was trying to watch Jorge's live stream, and internet issues have just been plaguing my life. You know, when you deal with AT&T, I think that's pretty much par for the course. But just trying to watch like any live stream nowadays and stay like live with it is just extremely frustrating. It's like almost not even worth it because I can't get stuff to load. Stuff's constantly buffering, and then I just end up like 15 minutes behind. And then if you're like in chat trying to comment on the video and it's like 15 minutes behind, it just I don't know. It's been frustrating. So I don't know. Eventually, eventually when I'm not working these nights and I have more just free time during the day, I just want to be more. I don't know. I miss being so much more involved in the live streams, and it just seems like lately my connection is just not able to do it in the building I'm in. And I don't know what's up with that. Um, yes, Lush. Yeah, we talked about this actually when I got a hold of the light. We were talking about it. It's a nice light. The light was under a year old, probably 8 months, maybe. I don't know. I got a horrible. So much time goes by so fast. It's hard to keep track of that stuff. But yeah, like 8 months or so. Um, but yeah, that pendulum light. Yeah, they're just pain in the butt. Video update and link the new video in the old video. Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, no, that makes sense. That makes sense. I haven't done a video in a while, so maybe that's something I should have. I probably should have kept the light though. I threw it out. So that's gonna be hard to update now that I think about it. Um, hmm. I'll just stitch in B-roll of the old video maybe, and then link them together like you said. Yeah, because I do want to do that. I want to address that because it's like, but that's like I don't know. It's kind of the reputation Haiger has. Is like it's like cheaper lights, but that light's not cheap. It's like $150, and for it to die that fast, it's like maybe if it was a $20 or $30 light, you'd expect it to die in a year, and you'd be like, well, I got my money's worth, I suppose, kind of. But I don't know. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, this winter, yeah, when there's just less stuff going on, right? And then yeah, that'd be fun. I I fell off the rhythm, I guess, with it was like rescheduling a few of the Chi-Chi streams, and then still got that guy that was on Kill Tony that was an aquarium water specialist or whatever, and I want to talk to him too, but I just haven't been getting on any of that stuff. I wanted to be, but I will not be at the cookout this weekend. I fumbled in setting that up with my lady, and I wasn't 100% certain exactly what everything was going to be going on because, like, I actually took a 4-day weekend this weekend, and um, mainly because the Thursday, so tomorrow we're setting up classroom stuff. Friday we have something going on for the family, and I don't know if anything is actually going on Saturday, but I completely fumbled setting that up. I saw someone had made a post about it, like I don't know, was it probably late last week, and I was just like, damn, dude, I don't know, I had put it out of my head because I really didn't know what to expect from like how much work it was going to take for Maya to be able to set up a classroom for the first time. It was like I don't know, and then a lot of just like family stuff going on. Um, yeah. Ooh, Stefan and oh Brandon's getting some fish today. Very cool. Hey, thank you very much. Thank you. Y'all can get one of these hats too over at EODA merch shop over on Jeff Kane's spot over there if y'all want to share a link over there. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's like it's one thing you really can't do when you first get the product. Like if you want to unbox it, um oh damn, I didn't even think about that. To be honest, I wouldn't even want like I mean shit. Warranting it and then selling it to somebody would have been a thing, and I could have sold it for like $50 or something and gotten some cash. That would have been a thing because I would have been able to give them a brand new light for way cheaper than what they would have paid for from Amazon. But didn't think about that. I already threw it out. I messed up. Since I got it for free, I didn't even think about trying to warranty it. Damn, that is uh, fumble. I tried setting up, felt like a crane. It does, dude. And I always was paranoid about how much pressure it was putting on the pane of glass. I can't tell. Yeah. Yeah. Well, they'd probably want me to send the old one back, right? This is actually so when I was talking to them about it or whatever, and I made my video, they said that that's exactly what they were trying to do was get into like the high tech planted lights. Recently got an AQQA pendulum light they sent me, and I loved it so much. I bought another, and now I'm running two of them on my cyclo tank. It's much better than a 4 foot LED light. So definitely could see benefits to a pendulum. They have a lot of like depth, and then a specific look. problem for me was the tank that I have it on is to the left of my TV. So if you can imagine a pendulum light to the left of your TV, you're just like getting blasted by just like excess light all the time. And when you're trying to watch TV, it's like super distracting. Like you can have a regular aquarium light on the side of the TV and it's not as big of a deal, but that pendulum light being right there, it was just probably not the best. Well, the reason I used it was because it was on an immerse grown tank. Like it had pothos growing out the top of it and everything. So that was like kind of like the perfect use for it. But then it was just like the position of the tank was not the best place to put it. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, dude. Yeah, comedians, comedians tend to roast like animal keepers, man. They're not in the same lane, I guess. I don't know. It was pretty brutal to watch though, for sure. Oh shit. Um, yeah, I would love to, but I am not. I'm literally just not going to be able to do it. Yeah, I can't do that drive right now. I've been driving basically, dude. Last weekend, drove all the way to Indiana and back, which doesn't sound like a lot, but I mean it's like an hour and a half. I drive like an hour to work every freaking day. It's just I literally cannot fathom doing a drive this weekend. Like I really do need a break from driving. Um, that would, I mean, honestly, man, I personally would do it. I would, yeah, donate it to freaking what, like Greenwater or something. They could always use the money. They're a great organization, and that or dude, just sell it super cheap on to somebody on like OfferUp. Give them a real good deal, and then get some cash for yourself, and go buy some fish at the swap. Either way, because supporting the organization or the individual vendors is always a great way to do it. Um, Not sure what he had. These are 5.5 inches round, 2.5 inches tall. Uh, 5.5 inches around. No, so this I would have. Mine was almost the exact opposite dimensions of this. So I would say it was probably about like that width and like that high, like a I mean, yeah, I mean like a cylinder, but like two of these, well, like that canister. Oh, pendulum lights are great, but that model is flawed in many ways. Yeah, I could imagine that. I just didn't like the amount of excess light on the side of the TV. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, dude, like a fan overheating because it gets stuck up or something. That's yeah, dude. I don't know. Definitely has a use case and definitely has a very cool, like a pendulum light in general. Definitely has a very cool look to it. But yeah, just not right on the side of the TV. I could see it being like in a I don't know, just like you need more room up. Like you gotta be able to have the pendulum light higher up above the tank for the most part, so you can get the spread, which is was kind of the detriment in my use case. Was it fairly easy to get in touch with Higer and work something out? So how you could probably reach out, but what happens is around busy season they go on this tirade of like reaching out to all the creators on YouTube, and they will try to send you free stuff to get you to make videos. There's I mean like I don't know how. I know I had reached out, before they reached out to me, and they never responded. So I was like, damn, all right. Waited a year, and then eventually they reached out to me, and then um, they had reached out and they wanted to send me some stuff that I just like wasn't going to use. I can't remember what it was, and I was like, no, how about? Oh, it was an LED light with the built-in timers. I don't like built-in timers. I like to run all my stuff with a Wi-Fi switch. So I have all my Wi-Fi switches ran through my phone or whatever, and I can turn my like when we have like power surges and stuff. I'll turn my tanks off from home. Like if Maya calls me and she's like, "Hey, there's might be a power surge or whatever," I'll turn off all my tanks. So I don't have to worry about any of my lights. Just why worry about it? Um, Even though everything's on like surge protectors anyways, it's kind of like just might as well be more careful. Um, so they had tried to send me one of those, and I just kind of like went back with like, hey, that's awesome, but I run my fish room like this. If we can get a light that is more in line with what I need, which I was able to work out getting these the big Higer lights. So these what is it, like a 4 foot, the 4 foot full spectrum Higer light, and I was able to get one of those sent to me for free by explaining them that I would do a video about a plant grow out system that I was making, which I did, and that video did decent. Um, it was like about 1,000 views or something like that. But yeah, that's how it kind of works. They go on this like this tirade's not the right word. This mission, I guess, of just recruiting a bunch of YouTubers right around the busy season is what it seems. I don't know if anyone else has experienced this, but yeah, they're pretty easygoing. So don't be afraid to like if they ever reach out, like don't be afraid or reach out and like go for it. But I stopped dealing with it because I don't like having the I don't mind making videos about Higer because everyone like as long as you explain what it is, it's an affordable light. It's not a super high quality light, so it might not last. Like you have to be very forward with all that stuff. But like I don't know, for I would not have been able to start my fish room without Higer because their lights were affordable. Before I got them for free, they were even affordable. So and they've been except for that pendulum light, have been pretty. I'm like I don't want to say it. I'm gonna fucking. They're all gonna fail on me now. um, Quads, yeah, I'd definitely be able to make that. Um, November. In November, probably. Probably. Yeah, yeah. So yeah, I don't use any of the actually I guess that is what I have. The built-in the 24/7s are the ones that have the wire the timer that is in the line, right? In the wire or whatever. Um I dig those too. That's what my plant grouts have been running on. That and Ciora lights. I'm not gonna lie. Like these lights right here, these Ciora lights, a hidden gem, personally. They don't look pretty. All right. They don't look pretty. I'll be honest. Like the lighting is very yellow spectrum, and I'm more of partial to like cooler lighting, like in my tanks. Like I like the higher color spectrum, the full spectrum. But those Sierra lights are stupid cheap. And if you want to make you could start an aquarium plant grow out business for $100, I think. I'm pretty certain you could do it for $100 if you got three Performax like 17 gallons tubs from like Menards, three Ciora lights, which actually no, probably like 150 because I think those lights are like $20. You get three of those lights, put them on one on each tub. You'd be growing so much plants. Like those Ciora lights are killer for so cheap. But like I said, they just don't. The coloration when you have them on a tank that you're looking at is just not very pretty. Like this is, it looks pretty decent on this, but it's very yellow. Like I just like the cooler lights, cooler light colors. I like the white light, but they're cheap and grow plants. Yeah, no white light. I actually I like the white light too. I'm not partial to the yellows, but the white's decent. But I prefer cooler, like the more bluer. Blue's not blue. Well, yeah, I mean I guess it technically is blue, but blue makes it sound like I'm like talking about like the plastic plant blue. Like you guys know what I'm saying. You can see it right here. This is kind of like a bluer light. Yes, a whiter light, maybe. I don't know. This one's pretty decent too. The Phoenix. Problem is with this is for the bang for the buck. The Higer kills Phoenix and destroys Phoenix in the freaking bang for your buck. Like what you can get out of Higer for half the price, there's no competition. Phoenix has a long way to go for that, and I wondered why no one talked about Phoenix, and I was like, you know what, I will put my money on the freaking table for Phoenix to figure out like what the hell's about this, and just like the amount of money that I spent for this Phoenix Light compared to what I could have spent from Higer is just it's ridiculous. No competition. I think it was at least double what I spent on the Phoenix Light. Yeah, you can see the very big difference, very stark difference. So if we looked at all the different colorations, well, this is a Higer light that actually happens to look more yellow right now. See what's up, dude? You're my bud. Hey. Oh, you're hungry, aren't you? So yeah, this is a Higer light, Sierra light, Phoenix, Phoenix, but this is a terrarium, so it's very easy to light, very white. Um, I think if I was gonna light terrariums for the most part, I'd probably just grab the more yellow Sierra lights. Just blast them like that. This terrarium here, which you guys cannot see, has a Sierra light and grows like crazy. I'm gonna find my crabs. I haven't seen them in a little bit. They be hiding a lot. Okay. Not yet, Stefan. So looking at how I want the tab. Oh, what's this? Yeah, that's why I don't go for the built-in wire, the built-in timers on those. I just like the if you get the ones, I think it's 24/7 because someone had mentioned the 24/7 earlier. I'm pretty sure that's what these ones are called. I think just the one with the timer in the wire. It'll save whatever settings you put it on, and you just put it on a Wi-Fi timer, and bada bing, bada boom, control that light from whatever room. um, 16th. I don't know. I haven't really planned. You know what's crazy? That Prime Time is no longer selling at fish swaps. Like he just put out a video. Did I hallucinate that video? Um, did everyone else see that video, or is that just me? That I was like, that was sad to see because he's been one of the regulars at the Greenwater swaps, and I was like, damn, dude, what the hell? Um, so yeah, I heard that, or I listened to that and heard that right? That's freaking crazy because that is also like the back wall of that Greenwater swap they took up like 4 tables, I think, of that swap. So that's going to be a big spot for new vendors to come in. I guess there is that. Um, dude, they were. Oh my god, every weekend. He's a teacher.
or a professor or something, right? So like, I can't imagine balancing all that, dude. Like a professor, dude, you're reading papers, like, oh, no, no, that's so much. Yeah, yeah, and this is, I think it happens. So it's been, I mean, it's like a trend almost. I mean, it is for him. I don't think it's a trend. I think it's like a very, I think it's a stark reality that um, he's like coming into contact with or whatever. He's just like, no, I don't like that. But like, I think a lot of the people that I don't know. It's like a lot of like it's like a trend because like the slow season happens. You get away from your fish room. You start realizing like you're like, oh man, I want to go out and do all this stuff, and then winter hits, and then you're like, shit, I can't go out and do anything. What am I gonna do? Well, I'm gonna be in play with my fish tanks. um, so I don't know. It goes back and forth, but that's when you're running like a like the hobby as a business, because I mean that's pretty much kind of what I've been doing here. Is it you just like have these like waves of like, well, really, what am I doing certain things for? You know, and my fish tanks are all for beauty, but also a hint of like I want to be able to pull stuff out and be able to sell stuff from them. Um, but I want to be able to like I want to be able to look at them, and I totally understood what he was saying with like having like a bunch of bare bottom tanks. And if you started this for beauty, like I love aquascapes. I love beautiful fish. My colorations of beautiful fish have changed over the years of liking more naturals and more wild color, like more crazy, insane, stronger bred colors or whatever. But like I think that you go through waves of like, yeah, really, what am I doing this for? Um, Time is money in a very literal sense. So you're like, well, if I'm spending all this time, I'm sacrificing that, and maybe I should be just spending that at home, just enjoying some life. Like kids are getting older and stuff. Like I don't know, he's in a very interesting part of life, and I really I understood a lot of what he was saying, especially the bare bottom tanks are not my thing because I had like a few of them. Um, no hate, bare bottom Brandon over there. Much love to bare bottom Brandon, but the tanks just don't. I like pretty tanks. Like I like tanks that like look cool. Like I took down my CPD breeding tank finally. Um, Mainly because I just don't want to. I don't want to deal with it. I'd much rather just sell some plants every now and then, and I really want to step into selling some terrarium plants too. So I yeah, yeah, plants and watching the fish is more my thing. I like breeding fish. I like breeding Apissa especially, but I don't want to mess with the softening water and all that stuff either. So maybe one of these days. Yeah, there's definitely that too. He's got the other hobby and everything. But I don't mean to comment on someone else's situation so much. As just I just recognize that there is like a there is like a cycle on YouTube of like seeing that, but also there's a lot of the people that are just coming to realities of like I don't know if I really want to put all this effort into this way of doing all this stuff, and like what are you trying to it and dude, this is I mean it's a catch 22. Um that's why I really, and I mean it could come to my detriment, but I really put like hard stops on like sometimes I just won't respond to Facebook Messenger for the marketplace deals and stuff like that because like I'm just like, you know what? I am a part-time business as far as like selling plants. Um Also realizing that like pacing yourself is really important with that stuff too. So you don't need to be selling hard all the time. Like just, you know, take a break and don't sell so much and just get a bunch of plants built up and don't deal with it. And then every now and then, you hit a little bit harder. Um, but yeah, really finding that medium of just like, yeah, not, yeah, yeah. I started really not liking a lot of my tanks when I started turning them into just straight up like work tanks. And I'm like trying to run this, and I'm like, dude, I have a whole job, and then trying to do all this. Like, I'm not set up for that. As well as doing the Fisherman Punk stuff when I'm trying to work on like building my art skill, trying to find time to advertise the Fisherman Punks, trying to holy shit, man. We made it 51 minutes into a stream, and I don't think I mentioned any Fisherman Punk stuff. That's crazy. That's crazy. Um, yeah, I don't think I mentioned anything. Made it that long in. That's crazy. Um, but yeah, just yeah, balancing all that stuff is crazy, especially being a freaking professor. Just to comment on that one more time. Looking at that, that is just yeah, that's a lot. So I definitely get it. Yeah, new record for real. I have yeah. But but yeah. So speaking of Fisher Punks, I will mention some stuff. I finished the Halloween series. Are you crying? I'm blind. Bad average 15 minutes in the corner. 15 minutes in the corner, right? Right. So yeah. But yeah, I my live streams though, I was mentioning this because I was like trying to do the live art. Live art made me very stressed out. So I don't know if I'm gonna be doing a whole lot of that live art. If I do any art streams, it'll definitely be like a shorts version, like a vertical stream. And I won't be commenting or talking to anybody. I probably won't even look at chat. That'll just be like a thing where I basically just pretend like the live stream isn't even happening. Um, so there's that. But I need to get my live streams back to like yeah, just being able to talk about the fish, and if I'm an aquarium YouTube channel, I want to be able to talk about my fish and stuff and the projects stuff that going on. And I did forget to mention that if I do that 29-gallon terrarium there, um, probably going to be getting a group of anoles for it because it'll be big enough to, and that'll be fun. Um, Stephen P, what's up? So, anyways, the Fisherman Punks, the Halloween series, I actually finished. So that's like done way early, and I have Dee Dee, thank you very much. This is like my favorite outfit now. I'm just saying, I am like literally, I would wear it. I would wear it all summer long. This is my shit. Empire Dirt, rocking that merch. Shit. I was looking all cool until then. Um, this that is an idea. Hmm, that is an idea. I think yeah. Also, someone had suggested something, Jorge. So we're gonna end the stream by talking about Fisherman Punks. So Jorge had suggested something. I'm curious what everyone thinks about this, and it may have been suggested before. So if I forgot, please don't be offended. But he messaged me and he was like, "Hey man," he's like, "I think you're missing out on something here." He's like, "I think that the back of the cards should have a description of the character," and it does add a bunch of complicatedness with my like the guy that prints my cards and everything. But the more and more I'm thinking about this, is like I think it sells the cards even better when you could read the back and you understand the character with the description so much more. HHD, happy lunch. Um, so that is that is that's something I'm thinking about. I really think it would really explain the cards better. It sells them itself, adds even more uniqueness to each card because like you flip the back is like a totally different thing. Um, Yeah. So I'm really thinking about that. It does mean that all those cards that are released right now are like super OG and would basically mean that those are like going to be very limited edition, rare, assuming that I do that. This is hilarious. So you just made me think about something though. That does mean that would tie me because I'm currently like I just started building out the comic book, right? So I made like 20 slides ish of I drew up like 6 slides, just rough sketches, just to get the idea of like what I want, and then wrote like the first like 20 slides of a comic book for this for the Fisher and Punk origins, which is basically the idea is the Fisher and Punks are an underground fish club, basically, that are a mix between. Oh my god, I had just made this like new connection where I was like, holy crap, it's more like that than I've been saying Captain Planet, but it's not Captain Planet. It's kind of like a mix between Garbage Pail Kids and the Lorax. Um, if I had to explain it best, I think that's what the comic book is really going to be kind of about. Yeah. Yeah, so the lore, it means that it will have to tie in with the comic books as well. So I really have to think about this like universally, which is a very big level, high level thinking. I got to make a. I don't know. I also don't know if every character on the Fisher and Punks, like the trading cards, are going to be in the comic books. That might make like cameos eventually every now and then. Um, but yeah, the story. I'm telling you, I Doctor Outside. So I'll give you a little bit of a teaser here. So Doctor Outside basically is like the creator of the Fisher and Punks Aquarium Club, Fish Club, right? And his origin story is Doctor Outside's me. You know, like that's the card that represents me. Obviously, though, the origin story of Doctor Outside is not exactly my story. The but the origin story is I think is awesome. The fact that I've come up with it, it's all just straight from here to there. Like to it's just like I don't know. It feels so good to just be very creative and just think about this the motivations and what drives people and betrayal. It's I have very heavy thoughts on AI. So I use AI for more for my pictures, obviously for my images to get like I use it as like my hands. Oh, oh shit. I'm back. Okay, go on again. I bet that's better. Yeah, I should be back now. My Bluetooth headphones kicked on, and I just turned off my Bluetooth on my phone, so it shouldn't do that again. But yeah, I got to clean off my headphones case. My headphones keep falling off the charger, and then it turns on, and then it picks up the audio from my phone. But the AI, man, the tsunami must be hitting my connection. Jesus Christ. So anyways, the resisting the lure of AI, I don't use AI. I use it more for like organizational stuff, and I use it as like a Google Plus, if that makes sense. Um, so say I need like companies, certain companies that do things. Go to AI and I'm like, hey, give me a list of these companies that do this certain thing. And instead of like going to Google, which is like very ad heavy, um, which ChatGPT is definitely influenced by that stuff. It just seems to get me a better, it's like more efficient searching. So like I love AI for that. Um, I don't use AI for any of the comic book writing. What I'm really trying to focus on is like I'm trying to build out my physical skills. So like I like using AI is really good for image generation for me, which I think is like good, like but I don't know. I don't have as much I have negative feelings about AI because I don't want it to like replace things, but it's like a really good enhancer. If you are the idea generator and you are the source and you use it to enhance your abilities, that is when it is like best case use. It should be looked at as a superpower, not a replacement for your soul, if that makes sense. So that's the best way I would like. Yeah. So like as far as like writing the comic book, um, wouldn't I wouldn't use it to write the comic book. Would I give it all of my um I don't know, man. Would I use it to grammar check? Maybe I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how much I would use it for. So how many comics should we expect a year? One, two, four. Jesus Christ, Jeff! I haven't gone that far. Yeah, it's a tool, and I say this all the time, and I like to give people shout outs because I feel like gratitude is huge. Stephen P changed my life by introducing me to AI. I didn't even know that this shit existed. Um, he basically sent like a a couple like versions of when I was looking to make a new logo, which is the iconic like fishbowl plant logo thing that I got now. Um, he had sent me some options of that, and I was like, "Oh crap, what is that?" And then I've just been that started everything for me. That it just blew my brain. Just was like, "Okay, how do I use this?" And yeah, so that I do. I gotta give you a shout out, man. That is has been a life changer for me, and that's one of the things that that is like where I will defend AI a lot, which is like it has like this reputation, which shit, it could very easily replace what I do and just automate it and freaking send the money to some freaking bank account. I don't know. It could literally do that. I mean, but people say that it's like it's like the replacement, and it's like if you don't let it replace you, it doesn't replace you. I don't know how else to describe that. I use it as an enhancement for me, and it allowed me to do things that I would have never been able to do by myself. So how did it replace me? It gave me superpowers. That's the way I view it. um, yeah. So how many comic books a year? Maybe a comic novel. So I have a couple of thoughts I've been thinking about. So Jeff and my fiance both have suggested using like the Google VO or whatever for like an animated series of shorts doing like the comic book stories almost, and then I would have like a physical written comic book. Um, I think that the origin story is where I start, and then I really got to figure out where I want to go from there because I haven't really thought past um, anything other than explaining the idea of what the Fisher and Punks is, and then past that, I have started in my head, I guess, writing offshoot stories of people that they run into and certain characters that would be alluded to in the origin story that would then pop up later, if that makes sense. Um, and there's certain characters that have very that just like they write the story themselves. When you look at it, you're like, oh my god, I could totally see being in this world that I'm writing about, and then seeing this character on TV or or whatever. Like this character sees this on TV and then is inspired. But I have so much. I have a lot of ideas and storylines. Problem is, I don't. I have a very inconsistent memory, so I have to gotta get a flow chart for this story because I don't want to end up like Marvel and DC and Star Wars and all these big franchises where you're writing a story and then you're like, hold on, this doesn't make any sense because these two things couldn't happen because this it just doesn't line up. Like the story is inconsistent and it breaks the whole thing. So that's when I talk about like universal thinking, it's like I got to think about the Fisher Punks in a universe and how much the trading cards are connected to the Fisher Punks multiverse exactly. How much the descriptions of the characters affect the comic book, and yeah, also a T-shirt too. So yeah, T-shirt, comic book probably should be released together. Yep, I just got some ideas, guys. All right. Well, it is 11:57. Um, keeps this thing Google Flow powered by VO. It keeps the scene continuous and consistent across clips. Yeah, see, yeah, like like that, like the Bigfoot dude that was making those videos about the Bigfoot. Like those kind of animations. I mean, I can get really heavy into this and just start like digital art, and then just start animating my own series. I don't think I could do that though. I think I think that's too much. Maybe. I believe I sent you an email on the t-shirts. T-shirts. Yeah, I you had mentioned that. Let me think about that. So us is using your art on our sites. Yeah, I don't care about people like posting the pictures anywhere, using them in a thumbnail, um put them everywhere. Like as long as you give some sort of credit to Fisher and Punk so people know where to find whatever image you're sharing, I don't care. Um you probably I don't remember what I was just thinking about exactly what you were referring to the t-shirts. Um, did you have a suggestion for the design or? Oh yeah. I remember. As is in relation to the merch person. That's right. I remember. I remember. Yeah, let me think about that. I really like keeping all of my stuff in house. Like I like doing everything I do. I like doing myself. I have insane control issues. Um, in like insane control issues. You guys saw that with just getting stuff shipped. So the idea of someone running my merch store other than me is something I don't think mentally I can handle. I got issues. Um, but let me think about it. Let me think about it. Uh, yeah. But anyways, much love. Yeah, yeah. Like dude, it's just I'm just insane. I can't help it. Yeah, like obsessive is how we get to 40 tanks and all of the stuff that we're doing, right? I've been known to enjoy doing myself at times as well. All right, guys. I got to um yeah, right. All right. I gotta take off here. I gotta jump in the shower, get ready, get this Wednesday over with, and then be off for Thursday, Friday. And and yeah, so I will catch y'all later. Probably see you in the chat sometime this week. And yeah, see y'all later. Much love. I don't know where I'm gonna end this. End this here. Right on my